All the latest news from Anfield as Arne Slot is called out for his comments after Liverpool beat Eintracht Frankfurt in the Champions League this week.
Liverpool looked to have put their recent slump behind them with a convincing win in the Champions League on Wednesday night. Florian Wirtz starred as he provided 2 assists in the Reds' emphatic 5-1 demolition of Eintracht Frankfurt.
The ex-Bayer Leverkusen ace has faced intense pressure following his £116 million summer switch but took all the plaudits.
Strikes from former Frankfurt forward Hugo Ekitike, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, Cody Gakpo and Dominic Szoboszlai helped Liverpool boss Arne Slot claim his first victory in 4 matches and steer the Reds away from a potential crisis.
After losses to Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Galatasaray in the Champions League, and Manchester United, Liverpool seemed to restore some form ahead of facing Brentford in the Premier League on Saturday night.
The fallout from their emphatic result in Germany is continuing.
From Richard Keys slamming Slot, Wirtz receiving the backing of Jamie Carragher, and United legend Andy Cole having his say on Liverpool's striking options, Mirror Football takes a look at some of the latest news from Anfield. While Alexander Isak's struggles continue, former United striker Andy Cole revealed he was impressed by Ekitike's showing against Frankfurt.
Both strikers, who arrived in the summer for an initial combined £194 million, started in a front 3 in Germany, but it was the French forward who stole the show, with Isak having a subdued evening before being subbed with a groin injury. However, Cole maintains that duo can operate as a front 2, with the pair tipped to unleash chaos on the rest of the Premier League. "I do like Ekitike and Isak," Cole said on Match of the Day. "They're both of good age, we were just speaking there, they've bought for the future, and I can see them playing as a 2. Because if they do play as a 2, ultimately, they're going to cause chaos, a lot of chaos because they've both got pace, they've both got ability and they're both prepared to take players on." And if you look at Ekitike's goals then, what I loved about it, his first through was, "I'm running forward," and we don't see that a lot in the modern-day game where center forwards want to run in behind.
Ex-Sky Sports anchor Keys has slammed Slot for the Dutchman's comments after the Frankfurt victory. The beIN Sports presenter was critical of Slot's suggestion that his team benefited from Frankfurt's ball-on-the-floor approach to the game. On X, he wrote, "What a daft thing to say. Now everybody knows how to beat Liverpool, long balls. They don't fancy a scrap." After the game, Slot said, "We needed a win. What we needed more was another performance where we create a lot of chances but the players get the reward with a win. That's what happened. I saw a lot of similarities compared to the other games because the first chance they got was a goal, maybe it was the only chance they had. And we went 3-1 up, and it's maybe easier to control a game when you're 3-1 up than if you are 1-0 or 2-1 down. But the main difference between this game and the 4 before was that in most of them, the other team scored from a set piece and this time, we scored from 2 set pieces.
Then people focused more on the attacks we had in the second half rather than the misplaced passes, which we probably had as well.
But when you're 3-1 up, you are judged differently." After Liverpool's 2-1 defeat to United on Sunday, Slot had stated the Reds found it difficult to deal with Ruben Amorim's side owing to their use of a low block and long ball. German star Wirtz has been backed by Jamie Carragher following his stunning performance against Frankfurt. "I'm really pleased for this man," the Liverpool legend said.
"Didn't get on the scoresheet, but he's got a couple of assists. That's what he's been brought into the club for." However, Wirtz could have found himself with a goal to add to his 2 assists. A smart free kick was tipped over the bar by Frankfurt keeper Michael Zetterer.
Wirtz also appeared to have a golden chance to open his Liverpool account, only for Mohamed Salah to opt to shoot instead of laying him off after the Egyptian was introduced to the game in the second half.
Salah was clearly keen to make an immediate impact and found himself in on goal down the right flank as he opened up his body for a shot on goal, only for Zetterer to make the save. Wirtz then cut a frustrated figure as he showed his anger at his teammate by throwing his arms up in the air.
The moment did not go unnoticed by Carragher, who felt Wirtz was justified in his anger as he said, "What he was brought in to do was to create goals and score goals. The only disappointment was that he didn't score tonight, and he should have if Mo Salah had passed to him at the end of the game. Speaking after the game, Wirtz shared his delight at his performance, but insisted there was more to come. He said, "I tried to get into better spaces during the second half. I know that I can do much, much more. I think the second half was really good, and from everyone else too. So I'm satisfied that we've won today and that I finally